following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, live now.
Don't know, Mike. I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, everybody. He's a macho. Savage, you're listening to Mike Trash, TrashTalkingRadio.com. The best in the business. Say it, the macho.
Wrestling fans throughout radio land, listen to Trash Talking Radio at TrashTalkingRadio.com. Every Tuesday from 7 to 10 o'clock, you hear guys like myself, the youth Gandon Giant Kamala. And that's my story.
You can hear words to describe the Trash Talking Radio Show from 7 to whenever we get done. It's like using a screwdriver. Cut, roast, beef. This is Lunella Sean, the other half of the Rock and Wrestling Connection. That's the trashy one and the loony one together forever.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ivan Koloff. I'm here to tell you about Mike Talking Trash. With the trash, 7 to 10. Tuesday night, you got to listen in. It's the best around, the best in town. Alright, hey, this is the Animal. One half of the world famous take in the Road Warriors leading the drum. If you know what's good for you, you'll listen to Trash Talking Radio or else.
Hey everybody, you're watching Trash Talking Radio. This is Hulk Hogan. Hulk, what do you got to say about Trash Talking Radio?
Well, I gotta say that I just bought Trash Talking Radio. You're out of the picture, dude. This is my show, and you better watch because what you gonna do when Hulk Hogan's brand new Trash Talking Radio runs wild on you?
This is the Vital Idol, and you're listening to Trash Talking Radio every Tuesday from 7 to 10 on TrashTalkingRadio.com. And remember this, when the Vital Idol tells you, it's got to be true. And when it's on the internet, it's got to be real. It's Trash Talking Radio every Tuesday from 7 to 10. I am the top of pop, the king of swing, the international rock star way above par, the host with the most, Mr. Tuesday Night, the Vital Idol, Classy Mike Trash, and thank you very much.
Trash Taking Radio, Trash Talking Radio, Tuesday night. It's the best night of the week, and we're back again, and we got lots of stuff to talk about. Yeah. Fun and entertainment or something. Oh, no, Vegas thing back up. There we go. All right. Hey. Anyway, you're back for 2 weeks in a row.
I know.
That's awesome. That's great.
Streak.
That's a streak, yeah. Wow, I've been alone for months. It seems like forever. So it's good to have someone to talk to once in a while. That way I feel like I'm not just talking to myself. Now, what's this? Video by Transplacing. Oh, yeah, that's what I just did. And I sent them. Okay, there we go. I sent my invitations to people personally so that they have no excuse for not being here. So, all right, good. We're all ready. All right. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. We got, let's see, what do we got? We got 2 deaths. We got four self-tapes.
Ooh.
And actually, they're my best work yet.
Good,
I really like these. And I did them really quickly, too, which is, I think I'm getting better. I think I'm getting better at reading, too, because I read the stuff on the air, and I pay attention to what I'm reading, not just rambling on.
Right.
So it makes reading these scripts easier, too.
Good.
And I did a bunch of voiceover stuff, too, that for auditions. I did them all I don't think I put any of those in here, but we got plenty of material. Got plenty of things. We had so much left over because you came last week, and I wasn't ready for someone to actually show up here, and I actually did more work than I usually do. So now I got to figure out. Oh, why didn't you come on? Now talk.
Hello.
There you are. I was wondering where you were.
You always forget to turn me on.
Well, you know, if I do that, I'm going to end up getting in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble with your friends. We're on good terms, so I want to keep it that way. I don't want people to be jealous of me, and you know how it is. All these women get jealous because they think I'm going to do something. I don't know with someone else. I don't know, but whatever it is, it's all right. Do you have anything you want to talk about before we get started?
Just have a thank you from somebody.
Oh, you're welcome.
No, I do have a thank you from
Kylie. Something new showed up. Look,
what?
Look up here. It shows that there's people in the chat room, and it shows them up at the very top. I've never seen that before.
Ooh.
That's very cool. I wonder if it tells me who it is.
I just clicked on it. And
I don't know what it means, but and I got a trophy up there too. I wonder what I did.
I know. I have it on mine too.
Well, it doesn't tell me who got the top trophy, so. Anyway,
okay, well,
they may have done an update that I actually approve of.
I don't know. I just clicked send stars. I don't know.
I don't know if my sister's there because I haven't.
I don't know.
She hasn't said anything. What is? How come I can't? Oh, I can. Okay, there it is. I was trying to figure out where I'm supposed to write my notes. Okay.
But Kylie, I watched. Kylie asked me, did I say about her report card on the air? And I did. I did. I actually even played it back for her. I played all the little parts that I talked about her on. She was happy and excited, but she told me to tell her, because I did tell her that everybody said congratulations. So she wanted me to send out a big thank you to everybody.
Well, you're welcome. And just hold on. Where is it? Uh-oh. No.
Hello. That was supposed to be God mode. Ashley, tell your daughter we're very proud of her up here.
Oh, now the religious people are going to get mad at me. All right, let's see. What happened since last week? I jammed Wednesday night.
Okay.
And I have some really good cuts. Good. And I didn't get them because the recorder didn't record those first two.
Oh, no.
Or those first three songs. I dropped the recorder, and I've dropped that recorder so many times. And the one time the SD card blew and I couldn't find it. Then I hooked it up and I plugged it in. I made sure that the bottom two lights weren't blinking, and they weren't. The top light was blinking. I thought, I don't remember if that blinks or not. And I recorded a couple songs. Then the guy took a smoke break, and I thought, well, I better check to see if it's recording. And it didn't. So I figured out what was wrong, and I got it working again. Yes. Can I help you? What do you want? You want something? Oh, I got to do something else while I'm talking. So then I changed. You want something? I changed something in the settings and got it working again. So I got the rest of the settings working. So whatever the problem was, it's now working. Okay. So I'm happy about that. And if we need to, or if we want to, we'll play maybe a song tonight just to prove that I'm not lying. And you're really trying to be a pest, aren't you? What? What do you want? I know what you want, but you don't always get what you want. I can, I tell the Rolling Stones that too. But sometimes you get what you need. Here, take it. She's been good all day. She has not bothered me all day. But we start the show.
Of course.
It's the time to get treats.
Of course.
So anyway, everything was going real well, and Good. Do you know the one song by Badfinger? How's it go? I can't even remember the name of it. It's the only song that's been running through my head the past 3 weeks, and anyway,
of course,
we did
now
that.
When you want to remember it, you can't.
Of course I can't. I feel really stupid because I can't now. But we did that song, and it went really, really well, and I was really happy with it. Got going to make some adjustments here because I'm hearing some distortion in my earphones, but that's because these are cheap earphones.
Oh.
That's probably not really what it sounds like, but it sounds horrible in these earphones.
Gotcha.
I should put real earphones in my ears.
Say there's a blue pair over here.
No, I don't like to use the full headphones because then I can't. I want to hear everything.
Oh, okay.
So it's nice, and I don't really need to hear them when we're talking. I need to hear them when there's other things playing to make sure things aren't distorted and stuff. But the problem is that I should invest into some really nice headphones, and I don't have to worry about that. Okay, hold on. I gotta get in the chat room again, or look in the chat room again because I have it wrong. Okay. All right. So, but anyway, that Bad Company song was even running through my head all day today, and I can't think of it. It's just I like the song a lot. Actually, Badfinger, I like it a lot because first off, Badfinger didn't write any of their music.
Okay.
It was written by Paul McCartney.
Oh, okay.
And he didn't get credit for it. He gave them songs. He gave them songs because he was trying to help them. It was back when in the '60s when nobody where the Beatles made it, and they were trying to help their friends make it too, and they helped their friends make it because they wrote a lot of their songs.
Okay.
So it's really cool to because when you hear the song, it sounds kind of like it could have been a Beatles song, but it's not, and it is actually because Paul McCartney wrote it.
Right.
So I can't believe I can't remember the song right now. I'm blanking out, and I don't want to mess up anymore. So, I'll tell you how I can do that. Okay, so first off, I'll show you the video of, or the video, is that the video of the day? This is the video. Oh, wait, I don't have a video of the day. I don't have a picture of the day. What the fuck? Oh, what did I do here? Oh, I downloaded it, and I didn't upload it yet. Oh, boy.
You're off today.
Yeah, well, it's the excitement of having someone else in the room and someone to talk to, and I don't have to talk to myself for a couple hours. It's really kind of exciting. So we're going to upload this because people that didn't see it may want to see it because it's kind of cool because I spent... What are you doing? You're joking down there. Yeah? She's been a really, really good dog. She just is crazy good. All right, this is what the ad that I showed today was. I like it because it's kind of creepy and kind of like detective-ish. Stop!
Well, I heard somebody went for a car ride this week.
She usually does. She's usually once a week. I try to go out with her. She's a good dog. She just is really unbelievably good. I can't believe I know we had a little problems in the beginning, but she's settled down and has become pretty much the best kind of dog you could ask.
Okay, hold on. Let me move
She
my
wants
stuff.
to be a co-host too.
Here, Cheyenne. Come on.
Did you see the bit? I would assume you saw the picture. Yeah. She has this habit now. She puts her butt on the back seat and she stretches out and comes up in between the front seats and just lays across the console and on my lap. She tried to be a lap dog, and I told her, no, you can't be a lap dog. You're not that size.
Hi.
But she wants to be a lap dog. That's her ambition, is to be a lap dog when she grows up. So, hi. Let me see if you're on there.
A little bit. I got her here a little bit.
There we go. There's my baby. She makes my life better. And, that's all you got to ask for.
Come here. You've got...
All right, now let's get into what we got here.
Hi.
Should I do a joke of the day? The one I have is a long one. All right, here we go. Here's the joke of the day. So recently I decided to take up meditation. No. So recently I decided to take up meditation. I figured, with all the stress in my life, it might be nice to find inner peace. I went to this meditation class, and the instructor was all serene and calm, like he had the secrets to the universe in his back pocket. Anyway, he starts the session by telling us to find a comfortable position and focus on our breathing. I'm there, trying to zen out, but my mind starts wandering. I'm thinking about what I'm going to have for dinner. Never-ending to-do list. And suddenly I hear this soft, gentle voice saying, let go of your thoughts. Let them pass through clouds in the sky. So I'm trying, but my mind's still racing. Then, out of nowhere, my stomach decides it's perfect time to join the conversation. It starts rumbling like there's a stampede happening in there. And you know, when you're trying to not to laugh in a serious position, yeah, it was that for me. Desperately trying to contain my laughter while the guy next to me is doing his best impression of a peaceful mountain. Then the instructor says, let any distraction float away. Focus on the present moment. Just as I'm starting to feel the tiniest bit relaxed, someone's phone starts ringing. And not a regular ringtone, mind you. It's this loud, blaring sound of a duck quacking. The instructor calmly says, when you hear a sound, acknowledge it. Let it pass. But I can't help it. I burst out laughing, imagining a serene meditation session interrupted by a quacking duck. The whole class is trying not to laugh now, and the instructor's trying to keep a straight face while pretending the duck isn't there. Let's just say my quest for inner peace might need a little more practice, especially if it involves battling a hungry stomach and unexpected duck serenades in the midst of meditation. So, you know, not my best one, but it was a good one. All right, so RIPs. Okay, we got 2 of them. Okay. Let's see, which one should I send first? How about the one you don't know?
Okay.
Did you ever watch Sopranos?
I've seen bits and parts of it.
You might know her then. Okay, so we'll do her first. Oh, well, I don't want to do her because she's dead, but, you know. Okay, here we go. Where's my earpieces? Darn it, now I can't remember where I put it. This is the new one, by the way.
Suzanne Shepherd was a...
I took...
okay, yeah, I did see that she passed away,
yeah,
yes.
This is a new way of doing it. I kind of came up with a new system, and it made it a lot quicker to do it. I don't know if I like it better or not, but it's easier and it's faster.
Okay.
What are you doing, puppy?
That's what I was just going to ask.
Are you going to be a pest the whole night? I'm going to tell you to go upstairs if you don't knock it off. You got to stop. Lay down. Lay down. Down. I'll give you something for that. Now you got back up. Like all the girls in my life. Come on. All right. Now, are you centered? Okay, you are. Okay, I still want to center you a little bit. Okay, there we go. All right. So Suzanne Shepherd, and I spelled her name wrong. Damn it! I just noticed that doesn't have an H. It's supposed to have an H. Okay. So she was in the Sopranos. Anyway, I like this because the screen, because I like a movie screen. Just shows up there. I kind of thought that was cool. Anyway, here we go.
Suzanne Shepherd was a beloved actress, teacher, and director who passed away on November 17, 2023 at the age of 89. She was known for her memorable roles in films such as Goodfellas, Lolita, Requiem for a Dream, and A Dirty Shame, as well as her recurring role as Carmela Soprano's mother in the acclaimed TV series The Sopranos. She also appeared in other shows such as Law and Order, Ed, Third Watch, Gravity, and Blue Bloods. Shepherd was born on October 31, 1934 as Suzanne Honey Stern. She studied acting with Sanford Meisner and later became the first woman to teach his program of acting study.
By the way, that means something.
Okay.
The Meisner technique is one of the most popular techniques in acting right now.
Oh, okay.
It's the most modern one, and it's the one I use.
Nice.
And so it's interesting that she learned it that early in her life, and that she was also the first female instructor of that technique. So I found that really, really fascinating. but simple things make me happy.
She was a founding member of the Compass Players in the early 1960s, along with Alan Alda and Alan Arkin. She taught many aspiring actors, including Christopher Maloney, Gregory Hines, Helen Slater, B.B. Newworth, and Joan Allen. She was nominated for a Joseph Jefferson Award for directing A Lesson from Aloes at the Steppenwolf Theatre Company in Chicago in 1986. Shepard was a versatile and talented performer who could play both comedic and dramatic roles with ease. She brought life and humor to her characters, often portraying strong-willed and outspoken women. She was admired and respected by her colleagues and fans, who described her as a force of nature and a legend. She was a star in both TV and movies. You may have seen her in things such as Mystic Pizza, Working Girl, Uncle Buck, Goodfellas, or even Sopranos, to name a few. She is survived by her daughter, artist Kate Shepard, and her extended family and friends. She will be greatly missed by all who knew and loved her. Suzanne Shepard. Born on October 31, 1934. Passed away on November 17, 2023.
Watch this. Watch. What didn't do it? Well, that was disappointing. That was weird. It didn't show up. I wonder if it's going to do better doing this other one. So anyway, she was in The Sopranos. She was the mother in Sopranos.
Okay.
And
she said she was on Law and Order, which I've watched.
Yes. She was probably. I mean, Bobby Finero was from Sopranos also. And he does small parts on those too. So, and actually, I'm going to meet him in New York next week.
Nice.
And I'm excited about it because he's a great guy, and he was one of my instructors. So
Good.
I get to actually meet him in person.
Nice.
All right, this other one is, everyone knows this other one, and this is a sad, but she lived a long life.
Yes, she did.
So this is really kind of exciting to see all the accomplishments this woman had.
Right.
And actually, one of my favorites as far as being, we'll talk about it after she plays. All right, here we go. This is the second one.
Rosalind Carter was born Eleanor Rosalind Smith on August 18, 1927, in Plains, Georgia. She married Jimmy Carter, a naval officer and later a peanut farmer, in 1946, and they had 4 children, Jack, James.
By the way, when I think about this is a special relationship. I mean, they are in their 90s, their late 90s, and they've been together for 77 years. I can't imagine being together with anybody for 77 years. I'm lucky if I get to be with them 20 years.
Right.
I was almost 20.
Right.
So, but it's got to be a special relationship when you're with someone that long. So I found that really interesting. All right.
Donnell and Amy. She supported her husband's political career, which led him to become the governor of Georgia in 1971 and the President of the United States in 1977. As the First Lady, Rosalind Carter was actively involved in the administration's policies and programs, especially in the areas of mental health, human rights, and international affairs. She was the first First Lady to attend cabinet meetings and briefings, and to serve as an official envoy to foreign countries. She also advocated for the ratification of the Equal Rights Amendment, the improvement of the quality of life for the elderly, and the promotion of peace and democracy around the world. After leaving the White House in 1981, Rosalind Carter continued to work on various causes, such as the Carter Center, a non-profit organization that promotes human rights and global health. She also wrote several books, including First Lady from Plains, 1984, Everything to Gain, Making the Most of the Rest of Your Life, 1987, with Jimmy Carter, Helping Yourself Help Others, a book for caregivers, 1994, and Within Our Reach, Ending the Mental Health Crisis, 2010, with Susan K. Gollant and Catherine East Cade. She and her husband also contributed to the expansion of the non-profit housing organization Habitat for Humanity. Rosalind Carter died on November 19, 2023, at the age of 96, in Plains, Georgia 1. She was survived by her husband, her children, her grandchildren, and her great-grandchildren. She was widely admired and respected for her intelligence, compassion, and dedication to public service. She was one of the most influential and popular First Ladies in American history. We say goodbye to arguably the best First Lady and humanitarian we have ever had in the White House. Rosalind Carter. Born on August 18, 1927. Died on November 19, 2023.
So we all know who she is.
Mm-hmm.
And she was probably my favorite First Lady. Because out of all the, I mean, there's her and Obama's wife was pretty active in the...
Michelle.
Yeah, she did a lot of things.
Yeah.
But I would say that of all the First Ladies, she would be first, and I think Michelle would be second in my eyes.
Right.
For actually going out and doing things
Right.
and not just being a figurehead. She
Right.
actually did something.
Right, exactly. Because a lot of times you don't hear First Ladies doing a whole lot of stuff.
We didn't hear anything from
Yeah.
Trump. We didn't hear anything from
No.
Biden.
No.
We didn't hear anything from either of the president from 2000. And Bush. We didn't hear anything from the Bushes. I mean, really, the only two that stand out as far as people that actually did something other than look pretty
Right.
was those two.
Right.
And she was pretty when she was younger,
Yeah.
too. She, and like I said, to be with someone for 77 years, whew, that takes a special person on both sides.
Right, yeah.
So, yeah, I kind of liked, and you got to think he's got to be next. He's in bad shape. And I was actually surprised that she went before he did, because we kept hearing things that he was on his last legs and everything. So I don't know. I would. Oh man, I'd hate to be that. I mean, I know how I felt when
Doesn't
Pam
somebody?
died.
I think somebody has Jimmy Carter on there.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter, because you only get you're only going to get
Yeah.
like 11 points.
Right,
He's got
right.
he's like 99.
Yeah.
So, but it's just really sad. I don't know what I'm going to do about it next year, because it's only going to be you and me by the looks of it.
Yeah, I know.
Did you get any points this year? Didn't you get something on somebody?
I don't know.
I thought you got somebody. Hold on, let's look. And Doc Diamond's in the hospital too.
Yeah, but he is home.
Is he? Oh, good.
I'm almost positive he
Okay,
is
well, I
home.
didn't hear anything, but that doesn't mean
I
anything.
am almost positive.
I'd love to see that. I hope he is. I hope he's okay. Because he was like one of the people that took care of me. You know, there's people in this world that do things because they like you, and there are people that do things because they have to. He was a guy that did things for me because he wanted to. Let's see. Yeah, didn't you? No, wait. Yeah, you have Harry Belafonte.
Oh yeah.
So you got 14 points. So, but that's not going to measure up to my 31, 70, 80, 94 points. You're gonna maybe you could get somebody like a baby. You're going to need something. And Jerry Springer Tina had Jerry Springer.
Right.
So he had 31 there.
Yeah, right here, yesterday. Everyone, Lawrence James, a.k.a. Doc, is now home yesterday.
Okay, good.
Yep.
I'm glad to hear that. All right, well, that's that. That's our...
I knew I saw that he was home, because I saw he was in the hospital, and then I saw he came home.
Well, that's good. That means prayer works. Okay. I guess I could just go right into the
Yeah, Jimmy Carter's 99.
Yeah.
He just turned 99 the beginning of October.
Dude, I can't even imagine what he's seen in 99 years. Like, I can't even imagine 100 years ago what was going on in the world.
Right.
In the 20s. Jeez. Because it was getting ready for World War I. It was coming up.
I think about now that, like, and I hate to say this, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, that when, like, my daughter has kids, like, so when I'm a grandmother, when they're learning about history, it's going to be this time and this, like, stuff that's happened somewhat in the past, but now. And I can say, I know that. I lived through that.
You know, it's funny when you say that because I think about the bands I've been in,
Mm-hmm.
okay? The first band I was in was Gasm. That
Right.
was 1980. 1980, there were no cell phones.
Right?
There was no internet. There was no digital video. We had tape video.
Right.
We had cassettes.
Right.
I had an 8-track in my car, an 8-track player. I don't even think you probably even know what an 8-track player looks like. It's a cartridge. It's that big.
Okay.
And it holds like 30 minutes of music. You slide it into your car, and it would play through the tape 4 times to get through this, because it's an 8-track. 4 stereos is 8.
Oh, wow.
So you would listen to it, and if the heads weren't exactly right on your 8-track player, it would play 2 songs at the same time. That, and I thought I was so smart because I didn't smoke, and I had this car that the '66 Plymouth Fury. I popped out the ashtray, and the 8-track player was the exact size of the ashtray space. And I thought, well, that's really cool. It's in the dash now. Nobody has one in the dash. I'm cool.
Right. I was at Walmart the one day, and I forget what day it was. I don't know if it was this past week or the week before, but I was back in electronics waiting for somebody to help me. And she finally helped me. She was checking me out, and this guy comes up and asks, "Where's your VCR players?" And the lady's like, "Oh, back around the corner." And she goes, "Wait."
They have them?
She goes, "Wait, I hope he meant DVD players, because that's where I sent him, because we don't have VCR
Yeah,
players."
I was going to say, there's no VCR tapes anywhere.
I said, if you have a VCR player, like, you better hold on to that, because, like, that's, like, they're not even around, really.
I know. And think about, I remember when I did my first recording in the studio, we did it on I wonder if I have it here. It's in one of these, it's either in here or in there. Anyway, it was digital tape, or it was tape, and the tape was this round, this big, because it was reel to reel, but it was a 24-track recorder, same as the 8-track recorder, except it doesn't have the bleed over because it was always maintained. And I remember telling my producer back then about MP3 players and MP3s, and he said, "Oh, it's never going to catch on." I said, "Well, it's really, really good stuff." He goes, "No, I can't believe that." So I had an MP3 player in my hand, and I had MP3s, and I gave it to him to listen to. He was like, "Wow, it's never going to replace this. It's never going to replace the CD. Or it's never going to." Well, at that point there were CDs. Yeah, he said it's never going to replace that. Guess what? It's gone. It's you know, and I can't believe the people that spend the money on records now.
I know.
Oh, well, it's the purest way to listen to music. No, it has scratches.
Yeah.
That's not pure. To me, that's people will fight me over that. People will they'll put their fist up. They'll want to hit me when I say that. But it's really not the same. It's not. Digital is the way to go. And the thing is, when I graduated college, my first job was a video technician at HAC, at the Harrisburg Area Community College. I was 20. And my first job was running that studio because the video guy left, and I was the only guy that knew how to run the studio. So they gave me the job for a while, temporarily, and they wouldn't give it to me. They kept stretching it out, and I thought, well, I can get a job anywhere doing this. And it was easy for me because it was just, but you had to be careful, because if you screwed up, there was no undo.
Right.
And I thought, man, you got to be really good. And I was really good. I never screwed up because I got really good at what I was doing. But now I look at it, and everything has undos now.
Right,
everything. Yeah. And I'm glad, too, because, I wish I would have had undo on this, because when I was trying to do the show, it wasn't working so well. But it's just funny how technology has taken off. and your phones got smaller and smaller and smaller. Then they got bigger and bigger and bigger, and
I know. I love my big screen phone.
Well, when I was in the early 2000s, this isn't that long ago, so this is going to be strange, but when you think about it, it's true. When I didn't have a cell phone till probably 2005, and when I used to travel, we had a GPS, which was a pocket PC, not a phone. It was a pocket PC with an adapter with the maps built into this, so you could only put a little area in a time, and you had to put the thing in, and then you had this GPS monitoring system in the car, and it was really fancy. When I say fancy, I mean there was a lot of stuff.
Right.
And then we had an MP3 player, separate unit. We had, MP3. We didn't have, we had to print out our backup directions in case we went into a tunnel and lost the signal for the GPS. All these different things. And I didn't have a phone at that point.
Right.
Now, when we got the phone, we had one more item. And so when you start adding that stuff up, it was like, wow, that's a lot of things. Make sure you had this and this and this and this just to go on a trip.
Right.
But, before that, we had to rely on maps.
A map, yep.
And we'd be driving.
Or MapQuest.
Yeah, we'd be be driving down the road, and my navigator, who was not necessarily the best navigator, would say,
you were supposed to turn back there.
Yeah, we'd be on the highway. I think that was our exit. What do you mean that's our exit?
That sounds like Hansel. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
when I give him directions, when he wants me to give him directions, okay, the turn's coming up. Okay, start to slow down now. The turn's coming up here. When he gives directions, turn. Turn where? Here. And as I'm passing the turn, I'm like,
yep.
And I'm like, or he's on his phone doing something, and I'm like, well, you're supposed to be giving me directions.
Yes.
Get off your phone, give me directions.
Yep.
I don't know where I'm going.
That's right.
You do.
That's why you have a navigator. Well, now we don't have to worry about it because my car is usually right, although sometimes not. I had one person, I was going to see this guy over in Marysville, and he gave me the address, and I put it in the GPS, and I went, and it was totally wrong. It was way wrong. And I was like, why can't I find you? He said, well, where are you? And I told him, and he said, oh, well, you're not in the right area. Well, I mean, it was off by one road, but that one road, there was no way to get to that one road except to go all the way out. It was just really strange. But my car is relatively good at it, but there are times that it doesn't do what it's supposed to do. So I really am anxious to see where we're going to be in 10 years.
Right.
Because even with the self-driving stuff, like I love my self-driving thing, but it does weird things. Like I was going to Miami, and I'm going down the road, and there's a spot south of here where you can, when they open it up, you have this express lane. And when they don't have it open, they have these gates that come down that are stay down. And I was driving, and I had it on full self-driving, and it seemed like the car was going to try to go down the road with the gates down. And I thought, I took control of the car because I was pretty sure it was going to go down that road, and it would have destroyed my car.
Right.
Well, not my car. Well, my car would have been dented. It would have destroyed the gates that were there. So we'll see. I mean, things are getting really, really technically cool, but in the same sense, people are so afraid AI is going to take over the world.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think that it's going to take a lot for the world to lose control of things. And so what if it takes over? I'm sure it'll do better than we do.
Right.
Right now, anyway.
I do remember, like, back to our, like, the video, or the VHS tapes. I remember when my TV it was a TV, but connected to it was the VCR.
Yeah.
And you know how you could record stuff and make your own home videos and stuff like that. During the summer, there was one time that I just wanted to, like, I knew we had them set off a section where we kept our videotapes down below, and I just picked it out, popped it in, and I was watching. I didn't care what it was, and I would watch them. My gram come into me the one day. What are you doing? Oh, just watching. What are you watching? Our home videos that we have out there. Why? Just because I wanted to. It was just something.
If you don't convert that to digital, they'll be gone because of the.
I have no idea where they're at now, but that just it occupied. It was something I wanted to do. It occupied my time to reminisce from behind. I didn't even know what it was. Some things.
I remember when I was 21, I was like, I used to that when MTV first came out. I went and I sat by MTV for hours trying to get videos back to back that I liked.
Right.
And I would spend for 3-minute videos and for a 6-hour tape, and I'd be like, oh, I want that video, and I'd be like taping it. Oh, I don't want that next one. Got to stop it, and I'd put it on hold, and then oh yeah, the next one up, and I have 6 hours of MTV videos from the 80s, and it's just funny that
always setting the VCR to record.
Yeah. It was crazy because I had that down. But you know, the thing is, I've got a couple things on video. When I was in college, we made a movie called Contraband, and it's about ice cream abuse. And it came out really cool. I have the only existing copy of it.
Oh, wow.
And it's somewhere around here, but I want to transfer it to video, to digital. And I also have a digital of me, Rob Noxious, and his brother Chez, before any of us were in wrestling, making promos in their basement.
Oh.
And we had this promo of us being this three-man tag team, and it's just obnoxious as anything. And I know I have it here somewhere, and because I wouldn't throw it away when I went through and threw a lot of stuff out.
Right.
There were certain things I kept. I also have a video of me when Pam and I went to Orlando. Of me, they have one of those booths where you can make a video of you singing a song, and you have to sing one of their songs. Well, I brought my CD down, and they made me sign a waiver that I won't sue them. And so I basically did a music video of me doing one of our songs.
Oh, nice!
And it's really it's the funniest thing. I was like 400 pounds, and I did that. And then I have another video of Ken and I. There are a couple videos of Ken and I in VHS. I also have a video of. I hope I have it. Rich says I have it. It's of Mike Trash and the Barking Rats playing at the VIP lounge in Harrisburg, and that was one of the 2 biggest clubs in the area.
Which those 2 Saturdays that you said about the wrestling thing, I put in for off. I actually got them approved. So I do have those off.
That's going to be a fun time, and I had somebody, you know how I like to play with scammers. Well, I had another scammer contact me today as a casting director. This will be the 3rd time a casting director approached me. And as I read the article, I thought, or as I read the email, I thought, this is a scammer. I'm sure it's a scammer. They were offering me $5,000 to go. I had to fly to Hollywood to audition for a part.
Okay.
That, I mean, that could happen because they knew I was, first of all, they knew I was Classy Mike Trash. Not just Mike Trash. They knew I was Classy Mike Trash. They knew my email address.
Okay.
They knew my phone number. Well, chances are they could have gotten it off IMDb if they have IMDb Pro, so it could be legit.
Right.
Or they could have found me on the internet on my YouTube page. Or they may have seen one of the videos that I've auditioned that I put my information, my contact information. So I thought maybe it's real, but why aren't they? I mean, the email was even a business email, and so I was kind of suspicious. But yet, I thought, part of me thought maybe it's real. But the part that they confused me on, that made me sure it wasn't, was when they said they were going to send me the check ahead of time, and my audition was December 1st. Now, December 1st is going to be a problem because I'm going to be in New York.
Right.
Now, if it was legit, I would definitely skip out of New York to go.
Right.
But before I skip out to New York, I want to make sure it's legit. But I still wasn't totally convinced it was legit, and I wasn't convinced it was fake. I was suspicious of them. So I did a little more research. I had the casting director's name, and the best place to find out about the casting director is go to IMDb Pro. There's information on them that you can't see.
Okay.
Where it'll have their website, sometimes it has their phone number, sometimes it has their email address.
Okay.
Well, it didn't have any of that, but it did have their website, and the website was not the same as the email address that they gave me. So I was a little suspicious, so I went to their website, and there was a contact section of the website. So I sent to them, and I said, look, I just need to know if this is the real you or not, because I got an email that says this was you, and I don't think it is, and I just want to compare. I just want to know. And I sent it to them, and about 10 minutes later, she said, no, that's not me. So I know that it's definitely not them. So now I can play games on now. I can play my game. So I went back to them, and I said, I can't do it December 1st. I did that before I talked to her, because I didn't know. I had to buy some time. I had to know what's going on. And now that I know that it's a scam, I now will go and play the game. The game is on.
Oh.
So now I'm gonna have them send me a check like they promised, and I'm gonna take the check to the bank and have their account closed.
Good.
That's the only thing we can do. I mean, unfortunately, those people are out there.
I want to know what enjoyment they get out of that.
Because they get money. There are people that are stupid enough to do their game.
Like,
there are people that believe, like if you get an actor like me that's trying to make it, and they see, I mean, the email was, I'll read it to you. It's convincing. I'll read it to you. It was really convincing. I mean, it was convincing that it could be possibly, it could be legit, you know, because it really sounded professional. And
like, to me, I don't see getting enjoyment out of scamming people like that. I don't see personally.
Well, they're not American, so they're getting they're enjoying the fact that they're getting American money, because what they're doing is they're sending you a bad check that you can't that you'll cash, and they want you to send them they'll say, when you get this check, you've got to buy well, for me, it would have to be buying tickets to go to L.A., so I'm trying to figure out where they get the money from me, but there's probably something in there that's going to say you have to buy, and so they overspend the check. They'll do two things. They're either going to send me a check that's more than they said they were going to send me, or they're going to send me, let me see here, I'm going to pull this one up, because this one was pretty good. They caught me off guard with this one, because I couldn't understand why. Okay, they sent it to Mike Trash. Let's see here. Of course they sent it to Mike Trash. Who else would they send it to? I hope I didn't delete it. It would be stupid if I deleted it. No, I must have deleted it. I can't believe I deleted it.
Then it's in your trash.
Yeah. It was really, like I said, it kind of sounded like it could be possibly legit. And if I did delete it, I want to undelete it, because I want to need it to have proof of stuff. But I don't see it there either. What the fuck? I put it somewhere. Anyway, it was. I might have it in my. Hold it. I might have it in here. Did I put it in here? Because whenever I get these things, I want to make sure that I do everything right. But it just was. It was crazy, because they could look legitimate till you start thinking about it. You start thinking, wait a minute, does this make sense logically?
Right.
Because you think about them sending money to someone they've never met. They don't know anything about them except that they're enacting. Why would you send them money? Because if you could send me that money, I could write that check, cash that check, and disappear and ghost them.
Right.
So But I should get that check in the next couple days.
Nice.
Because they're going to send it to me ahead of time. Nobody does that. They don't do that. They do pay your flight, and they do play. Depending on what they're.
I was going to make a bad joke, but I don't know.
Go ahead.
You're not getting a check to make a portrait of yourself, are you?
Actually, yeah. I was thinking about that. Why do you watch the? There's a dog video that I watch all the time that does that. He did that. I think it's called a golden retriever and a guy. I think it's called, and he's on Instagram. And the golden retriever is funny. He has his own little. His house is what would look like a fireplace, but you go in there and it's got a little room and stuff. And he sits back and he's eating junk food and stuff. He has his own big TV and stuff. And his master comes in and he's like poking his head in, saying, "Hey, Teddy, I got something to say." And him and Teddy are always at war at each other. But anyway, one time he was laying on the couch and the master comes in and says, "Teddy, you spent too much money on this and that. What are you doing?" And he goes, "You don't like that painting up there?" And so Teddy later on he types on the keyboard, and you see his paws typing on the keyboard, and you see him use a credit card, and you see this box coming, package for Teddy, and Teddy drags the box in, and he puts it up on the wall, and it's him laying on the couch like this, just like, and it's just funny. And then the guy comes home and he goes, "Hey, where's my painting?" And then he says, "Teddy, what's that?" In the next video, you see that painting in the background. So from now on, I guess we're going to see that painting. It's really funny. Teddy's funny. I love Teddy. He would be a funny dog to have.
Hello, Marcia.
Hey, Marcia, what's happening? Oh man. So anyway, all right. Now I'm going to do these. Notice all four of these videos. I'm wearing the same thing because I did them all at the same time. This one is called Orbit, and I'm playing this guy named Buzz. So here we go. Oh, I need my earphones now. Damn it. I don't know where to put them.
Class in my trash, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and I'm reading for the part of Buzz.
Now, where did I put them? Darn it. I had them. Nope, it's down here, that's why. All right, here we go. This is me playing. I'm playing Buzz. Not playing Buzz.
Dad, I'm scared of becoming someone I'm not. But what if I am that? Like what alcohol does to me, how it makes me feel, and that scares me so much because...
Of me? It scares you because of me?
No, don't say it like that. I just want to be
okay,
like...
he's an alcoholic. He's a reformed alcoholic, and his son's saying, "I'm getting to be like you."
Okay.
So that's what that's about. I have to remember what the scene was about.
You, Dad, but I don't want to be like that other me and that other us. But it's always going to be there, even if I don't want it to be. It's not your fault, though. It's just, forget it. I'm fine.
No, Neil, you're not.
I'm fine.
You're not. Why didn't you ever tell me?
I didn't want you to ever worry about me. And see.
Look. All right, so that was the first one. Now, that one was, then the next one here is, okay, I'll play Peeper next. The reason I'm doing it in a specific order because it's more fun that way. All right.
Classic Mike Trash, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and I'm reading for the part of Bill.
Bill, it's me.
Are you alone?
What? Just let me in. This is a nice place.
Thanks. So...
Billy, I'm worried. This random phone call, and then you ignore me. It's been a week.
I've been busy.
You never called. What's happening?
Nothing. I feel great, actually. Busier than ever.
Is this my office, Bill?
Look, I did it because I knew I would find something. And I did. I was right.
Find
The evil, Sarah. The evil that's always been there.
Bill?
Tuesday, 10:55 a.m. This man enters Washington's office with a briefcase in hand. Did you ever see that?
I don't know.
Makes sense. He doesn't say to anyone when he comes in. He closes the door, and this man brings Mayor Washington a gift.
I don't have any idea what it's about, but it sounds interesting. It sounds like something I want to see. But the Bimini is the good one. That's why I'm doing that one last.
Okay.
This next one's called The Tenants of Carver Hill.
Okay.
And this one's kind of funny, too, because this one's, I held this one because it's funnier than the other ones. But the last one you're going to laugh because it's just not me, but it looked really good. I was really happy with it.
Classy Mike Trash, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and I'm reading for the part of Ezra.
Ezra.
Say, what do you know about that graveyard in the woods?
Carver Hill Cemetery? Mostly Quakers and Mennonites buried there. The Carvers immigrated to Philadelphia from England, and the Mennonites from Germany and Switzerland.
No, sorry, not the official cemetery. I mean the one in the backwoods. Grown over, looks like it hasn't been visited in years.
You've seen it?
A glimpse.
Shouldn't go back there.
Why is that?
Ancient Indian burial ground. Too dangerous. No, not safe.
What's not safe?
Tanner here stumbled across the ancient Indian burial ground.
Indian burial ground?
In the woods.
Oh, yes! Yeah, probably cursed. You should stay clear of it, son. End scene.
Rusty called while you were out. The mechanic. He won't be able to tell you till Monday.
Why? We need him as soon as possible.
Monday is the soonest possible, my dear.
Could we call him back?
Don't see what that would accomplish. Rusty isn't at the garage over the weekend.
Well, he was.
What?
He was back. He said he returned your original message, so he must have gone to the garage.
I'm sorry, Bella. If I could help you, I would. Looks like you're stuck with us longer than you'd like.
She didn't mean it like that. End scene.
Well, the funny thing about that is I totally ignored the fact that they talked to him earlier and just went on to the next thing saying, no. And then this is my favorite one. This is definitely my favorite of the four. And it's Saving Bimini. Bimini. By Minnie? By Minnie. By Cello. All right, this is the favorite one of them all. And this one is a little bit longer, but it's really good.
Classy Mike Trash, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and I'm reading for the part of Alan.
I mean, I hope so. Mom, Dad, can we talk? Honey, go get it.
You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. Opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Yo, Eminem.
Okay, I'm going to stop it right there because you're laughing at me.
Growing old is unavoidable, but never...
I'm sorry.
I listened to the song like 3 or 4 times and tried to figure out the cadence of it, and I couldn't figure it out. I needed more time to listen to it, but I didn't have the time because I got the audition. I had to hurry up and get it done. Well, it did what it was supposed to do. It was supposed to make you laugh, so I guess it did it right. But I'm no Eminem. So this guy's gimmick is that he quotes people, and so apparently he does that all the way through the thing. So I had no idea. When I saw it, I'm like, what is this? I thought, I'm going to have to find this song now. So
You said it wasn't you.
I know. I'm not a rapper, okay? You want to hear it again?
I'll try not to laugh, but I'm not going to make any promises.
It's a comedy, though, so you can laugh. That means I did my job. I didn't know how it was supposed to be.
Eminem.
Oh yeah, you didn't hear that.
You finally sounded...
Wait a minute, gotta bring it up.
Talk. Honey, go get it.
You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. Opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Yo, Eminem.
You finally sounded cool. Growing old is unavoidable, but never growing up is possible. Martin Luther King Jr. End scene. You're a responsible girl. You have my blessing.
The time is always right to do something right.
Dr. Martin Luther King.
With great power comes great responsibility. Spider-Man's uncle? We love you, Sarah, and I know you're ready. This is what we did for you. Your mother and I are investing in you. Here's $2,500. It's not going to cover the entire trip. You ask God to move a mountain, and he leaves you with a shovel. Shane Claiborne. You dig?
Okay, so we get it. Sarah's going to the Bahamas. All I wanted was Camp Clown. Am I still going?
Yes.
Oh, I love you all so much. I need to go and start working. Gotta make a lot of money fast. Remember in the book where the red fern grows? Billy has to meet God halfway. And I'm doing it. And nothing can stop me.
That's what I'm talking about. Building a positive attitude begins with having confidence in yourself. Roger Fritz.
End scene. Dad, I just don't know what to do. I lost the biggest opportunity in my life. I am so stupid.
Don't say that. You're not stupid by any means.
I know, but Dad, this would have helped me get my foot in the door after I graduate from college. I haven't even started college yet, and I already blew it.
You don't know that. Your essay was sent along with whatever was on that tape. Maybe you can make another one and send it overnight.
It's too late, Dad. Tomorrow's the deadline. I want to make you all proud.
Look at me. Your worth isn't defined by accomplishments, Sarah. I love you, honey. Not because of your achievements, but because you're you, my child. And your light emanates from within. You have the courage to chase your dreams. That defines you. This one internship isn't changing that or you. Your courage and perseverance will take you anywhere you want to go.
Thanks, Dad. I love you so much.
In life, sometimes the hardships you've endured to try and get there are more important than the experience or what it would have been in itself. It will work out. Just keep reaching for the stars. Only you can determine how high you climb.
End scene.
I think my acting's come a long way.
It has, yeah.
I mean, I really feel like these were some of my better work.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm going to be able to use these for self-tapes for finding new jobs.
Oh, yeah.
So I was really happy with that. And I just kind of, especially that last one with my Eminem impression. I'm assuming you know that song, and it didn't sound anything like that.
I just remember you saying, "It's not me," and then I hear that at the beginning, and I lost.
Well, you know, I wasn't lying.
No, you weren't.
So it was fun, though. It was, and the thing is, I wanted to get it done before today, because I didn't even start the show yet. So I was kind of like doing my best to get this stuff all taken care of, because I was afraid with the 2 deaths and doing those things, I wasn't going to get everything done. But I did get everything done. Good. And we had a lot of stories from last week. And when you're here, I don't go through as many stories because I'm not talking to myself. So, all right.
I mean, I can leave.
If you want, that would really suck. But, yeah, that would be...
No, I couldn't do that.
Well, I mean, you could, but I wouldn't want you to, put it that way. All right. I did actually get this one story from your mother.
Oh.
She gave me a story that Ron Jeremy, the porn star, who went to jail recently for, I guess, alleged rape. I don't know if, you know, it's hard to say with a porn guy if it was rape or if it was consenting. I mean, they can flip the script on somebody really quick. And Ron, we met him in, I think, 2010. Okay. We did a wrestling show. It was the Triple X Church. Did a wrestling show, and he was one of the Triple X Church people. And they did it with Stryper. Stryper was the band on, and this is the place that I worked against Brutus Beefcake as a man. I was working as a manager, and I don't know if you ever heard this story. You probably did if you've been around me any time. But there was I was working with this guy, I can't even remember his name, but I was assigned him that day, and so we go out and we do our thing, and he goes out and they're fighting in the ring, and I'm standing outside, and I'm like, wow, they look like they're really hitting each other. And he gets thrown out, and I said, wow, you guys look like you're really hitting each other. He said, that's because he is. He's really hitting me. I said, oh, well, then I think we should finish this matchup. And he said, I agree. I said, well, get back in there and get he, no, I'm not going back in there. I said, what do you mean you're not going back in there? He goes, no way. And he threw me in there. And I'm like, oh, great. You get him mad, and I got to go in there. Now, I knew Brutus Beefcake because he'd been on the show a couple times. And so I thought, okay, best thing I should do is turn my back to him so he can put me in the sleeper hold. I get down, and we're done. So I turn, and I yell at the audience, and all of a sudden, I feel him grab my shoulder and turn me around, and I see him wind up, and I'm thinking, oh, this is going to hurt. And and I go, bam, and I'm laying down, and I'm thinking, wow, that didn't hurt at all. He didn't even hit me. And it looked like he did. It looked like he hit me hard. And I'm laying down. I thought, okay, so I can either sit up and get knocked back down, or I can just lay down here and take the pin. Wait a minute, he can't pin me anyway. Oh, well. So I'm laying here, and I'm thinking, I'm just going to lay here, and next thing I see, he's grabbing my hair, and I'm thinking, oh, fuck. And he's like, he sits me up, and cuts my hair, and this is where the bald spot came from. He cut my hair, and then he took me and threw me out of the ring, and I'm thinking, okay. And I hear him, I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him. He got out of the ring, and he ran backstage. And I'm thinking, what in the world happened? And I'm like, I get up, and I'm like shaking it off, and everyone's booing me and everything, and just like they should. And I'm headed out, and so I go, okay. So I get back there, and it's like he's running back and forth, and I hear him saying, I'm going to kill him. He said, Trash, I'm going to kill your friend. I said, he's not my friend. I don't even know his name. He said, okay. Everything was fine then with him and me. I was thinking he's going to be mad at me and take it out on me. So that was, but Ron Jeremy was there, and we talked to Ron Jeremy, and you know, it was just a weird night because Triple X Church and Stryper and us, and it was just really weird. We drove like 16 hours, 18 hours to get there, and we did it in one day. And it was us and Cage. Oh, it was a long drive, and we were there for the whole week because we got a room that week and just hung out and had wrestling matches every night, and we had two matches. We had two cards one day. It was crazy. I wouldn't change it though. It was fun. All right, next. Okay, well, so this is anyway. They're saying about he's deathly ill, and he's been in jail, and it says here he's been released to a private residence due to a deteriorating health. Ron Jeremy, his whole name is Ron Jeremy Hyatt. He's 70. Was being held in men's central jail in downtown Los Angeles for months since he was declared incompetent to stand trial. Jeremy has dementia. He was waiting to be placed into a state mental facility, according to the Los Angeles Times. In 2021, he pleaded not guilty plea after a grand jury indicted him on over 30 counts of sexual assault, including 12 counts of forcible rape. How does it get to be 12 counts of rape? I mean, you would think that he would have been caught by now. Well, I mean, obviously he was, but it's just crazy. Says court says Ron Jeremy too ill to hurt anyone. So he was like, I remember the first time I saw him. I don't know if you've ever seen him or not. He's about as gross of a human being as you could ever be. He's like hairy all over the place. He's not a good-looking guy. And I guess because of what's down below, you know, he got a lot of work. And I've seen him in things, and so I had to do my research. So it was for research purposes. But no, it's just weird to think about the whole thing about, you know, why would you have to rape anyone when you're a porn star? I guess it's not really about the actual sex. It's about the power.
Right.
But that's just really crazy to think about. And yeah, I did actually meet him. And at one point, I wanted to have him on the show because I thought, wow, that'd be interesting if we could get him on the show. Because he would have stories totally different from most of the stories we've had. There was we also had a porn star on in the late 2000s. We had Sika on.
Okay.
She was like one of the biggest porn stars when I was a kid, and she was old by then. But it was really cool talking to someone that you like lusted over when you were a kid.
Right.
But she was cool too. So anyway, that's anyway. He'll be moved to a private residence because of that. All right, next story. All right, I don't think my sister's in there because I haven't heard hide nor hail. Here.
She hasn't said anything.
Well, she's this is her busy time of the year because she
Okay.
does jewelry. She does a lot of engraving and stuff of jewelry.
Gotcha.
So and plus her house is a mess because her one water main broke and her kitchen was destroyed and she's had people coming in and out of the house and just really not a good situation. I feel for her. So, did I tell you that there's going to be a Mike Trash guitar?
Yes, you said it last week.
Okay. Well, there's some updates on it.
Okay.
There's some really cool stuff in the works right now. There's going to be a Mike Trash, the old Mike Trash, and there's a newer version.
Oh.
There's going to be a new Mike Trash. So the one version is going to be modeled off of my tuxedo jacket.
Right.
And the other one is going to be modeled off of my heavier days.
Okay.
Let's just put it that way. I've seen the stickers that are going to go on the guitar, and it's I wonder if I think I do. Let's see if I can find it real quick. I don't want to spend too much time looking for it, but it's worth looking at because it's hilarious because I've seen the stickers that he has coming for it, and it's just so cool. Let me see here. We got to go to here. Got to go to photos, and hopefully I can find it relatively quick because I don't have the exact stickers, but I have the model of the stickers because there it is. There it is. This is what the sticker is going to look like.
Oh, nice.
Only it's going to be round and it's going to be colored in really cool and all that. That's the old version of me. And then the new version of me is going to be based on, I'll show you. Let's see here. It's based on a picture that was taken in Orlando. Orlando. So, scroll. Keep scrolling. Should be the next set of pictures. It's August and go to May. It's kind of cool. It's you probably know, I don't think. Oh, yeah, May. Okay. Oh wait, that's April. It's got to be the other way. Better be there. Okay, that's right before. Should be. Hey, that's all it is. What the fuck? I missed it. Well, there was a picture of. Oh, I know where I can get it. There's a picture of me holding the guitar. Okay. Guitar. Okay. this one. It's based on this, where on the rocker.
Nice.
But we're gonna have, and it's gonna be a white guitar like that. So, I'm real happy with the way that things are going with that. It's really fun, and it's got the potential to be really cool. And I came up with this deal. I said, look, here's what we need to do. What we need to do is make custom guitars for everyone that wants a custom guitar. We can't do it for as cheap as some of these guitars are going to be. But if you want a custom guitar, you're going to pay for a custom guitar.
Right, yeah.
Like if some, and the other one, I don't know if I told you about the working man's guitar.
Okay.
I came up with this idea for the working man's guitar. So a working man's guitar is an orange guitar with caution tape around it, and hard hats for little tuner knobs, little volume knobs. And so Rich is going to take that and he's going to turn it into what he can with that. I don't know if he can do it or not, but that to me would be really cool to have a guitar. And the thing is, that's one we can charge more for because it's special. It's not just a one color thing.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of cool. And I've got some friends that may be interested in something like that.
Nice.
I think it'd be neat. All right, now we can go on to the next fun thing. Next story is, this is a big story. You know who Ronda Rousey is, right?
I've heard of her.
UFC Women's Champion for several times.
Okay.
Then she was big in WWE.
Okay.
The last place I would expect her is AEW.
Mm-hmm.
She signed with AEW.
Oh, wow.
Which is really big. I mean, that's like a big deal because the Vince McMahon would not approve. I can guarantee you that. But Vince McMahon don't own WWE anymore. He sold his WWE stuff, and he's selling his shares now too. She's now going to AEW, and she started working with Ring of Honor, which is really odd to think that she would do that. I mean, I don't know why she's doing it because there's nothing big. I mean, I see the advantage of her doing that.
Right.
She's got money, so I don't think it's a money thing. And I think it's really probably the desire to be in the spotlight.
Right.
Because they dumped her out of WWE. So she lost her last match to her tag team partner, which was really bizarre. Is there any sound coming on? I see there's a video going in the corner.
I don't hear anything.
Good. I just wanted to make sure because sometimes I don't hear it, and people say, "Hey, there's sound going on at the same time," and you know. But
yeah, I don't hear it.
I mean, I don't blame her for doing it. I mean, you got to do it while you're young.
Right.
And she's not the youngest person anymore. She's getting up there, so she's got to do it while she can.
Yeah.
So I don't blame her for doing it. I think that it kind of sort of shocked me a little bit. I didn't expect to see that happen. I mean, Ric Flair's still doing things with AEW because he wants to be in the spotlight.
Right.
I don't think it's a matter of the money. It's really a matter of wanting to stay relevant. So that's what she's doing now. Next thing. The Chrisleys were in the news again.
Okay.
Obviously, the father had gotten a lot of time, and the mother had gotten a lot of time too, but she didn't get nearly. He got twice as much as she got.
Right.
I think he got 5, or she got 5 years, and he got originally 19. I think it's dropped down to 10 or something like that. But anyway, so the one daughter is appealing the court decision, and so Savannah is doing what she can do to get her parents out before that, and she's sobbing at this court update for her parents. I have mixed feelings on it because I don't really know how to feel about it because I didn't like them as people. I really felt they were really fake as people.
Yeah.
But you can't. I mean, if they did something wrong, they did something wrong. but they really slapped them hard with that wrong.
Yeah.
That was like, it says here, the sentence was initially a combined 19 years, with Todd doing 10 and her doing 5-year sentence. And that's pretty hefty, but I think they were trying to make an example out of them. And this stupid thing is too small, so I can't grab it. So the thing is, I'd like to know what other people got for that type of thing.
Right.
You know, are they being slapped on the hand to make a point, or is that really what they would do to somebody that did that kind of stuff? Because if they're doing it just to be pricks, I don't approve.
Right.
If they're doing it because they actually did something wrong, which I said, well, they think they did do something wrong, but did they do something 20 years wrong?
Right.
Is what it comes down to. So 19 years. What did I say it was? Yeah, it was a combined 19 years. So it's interesting to me that they're doing this, but it says Todd and Julie were convicted of fraud charges November 2022 and reported to prison January. The reality stars were initially sentenced to a combined 19 years. Todd serving a reduced 10-year sentence in Pensacola, Florida. Julie's in Kentucky and has a 5-year sentence. They make sure that they can't even talk.
Right.
I mean, they're that's a nasty, I think it's really cruel. Anyway, now Todd and Julie's 26-year-old daughter has taken to social media to announce that the appeals court has granted oral arguments in their case. Along with her emotional video, Savannah appeal update. I will never stop fighting for you, Mama and Dad. Yeah.
I know, didn't Lori Loughlin have fraud against her?
Isn't she the one? She's the one that she went to jail too, but I don't think she went to jail for 20 years.
No,
or whatever.
And
she was only in for like hers was like 3 or something.
I don't know what
it was really well. She's the one. Is she the one that did the college?
I think
fraud to get her kid in college, and I think they only gave her 5 years or 3 years or something. It wasn't anywhere near, but theirs was bank fraud.
Okay.
So that's probably why they were stiff, but I just think that seems like an awful lot.
And I know Abby Lee Miller, she's like a lady that did jail. She was in prison for 366 days for a whole year.
And you know who else was Martha Stewart?
And after being convicted for bankruptcy fraud.
Okay. Martha Stewart went to jail too for fraud. And I don't think she was in there she might have been in there for 2 years. Maybe. Maybe even only a year. Says Todd and Julie's oral arguments are set for March 25th, 2024. It made his holiday season. We have a reasonably good chance of getting the case remanded and reversed for hearings that should have been held but were not during the course of the trial. Savannah explained to her followers what being granted oral arguments could mean for her parents' convictions. Oral arguments in an appellate court represents a critical moment in every case. The briefs are written and the panel may already be leaning towards a decision. Oral argument, therefore, is an opportunity to cement the panel's decision in your favor, or perhaps the final chance to save your case. In a video, Savannah is visibly emotional as she explains how her parents' confinement has dampened her holiday spirit. Hey, if they did it, they do deserve some kind of punishment.
Right.
Maybe not 20 years worth or 15 years worth,
right.
But they do deserve some kind of punishment. Savannah, who's currently the caretaker of her younger siblings, Grayson, 17, and Chloe, 10, was in tears, saying, "One step closer to getting Mom and Dad home." I mean, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this because, like I said, I didn't like their show. I first go to jail just for the show.
Right.
I don't care what the reason.
I've never watched. I didn't watch the show.
When I first saw the show, I thought, wow, is this a reality TV show or is this scripted? Because he really seemed, this is going to sound bad. He seemed really gay.
Okay.
Really, really gay. And with a woman that beautiful, with a gay guy, okay, I have nothing wrong with mixed marriages, but he really seemed to me like he wasn't legitimately, it seemed like it was scripted to me.
Right.
And reality TV, for the most part, is really scripted, but it's not really considered scripted TV.
Right.
But when they were together and they did the show, I kept thinking, is he ever going to reveal that he's gay? Because that's got to be the plot. That's got to be the plot. It's really got to be. Because he really sound. And I know that's really not the right thing to say because not all gay people sound gay.
Right.
Okay. I know some of my gay people, some of my gay friends sound gay.
Right.
But I've had straight friends sound really gay too, who were not gay.
Right.
So you can't really use that assumption that they're gay because they sound that way.
Right.
But he really does sound gay. And I would swear that he was gay. I would swear that he was having a good time in prison. But, hey, what do I know? I mean, that's a horrible thing to say. Anyway, I just want to say for the record, I did a song, Love is Love, and it covered all aspects of loving. Okay? So I'm allowed to say it. Kind of like, yeah. It's kind of like, it's kind of like being black and be able to say certain things. I wrote a song. I should be able to say this stuff. So I probably am not. So anyway, so that's the first Savannah article. So here's the second Savannah article. Because of course you got to have two.
Of course.
And this is the one where she's saying how they're treating her parents. Now this is not good. If this is true, the parents should be out of jail.
Right.
And this could be the thing that puts them out of jail, because if you treat people badly in jail, and if she's telling the truth about this, then I agree with setting her parents free.
Right.
Because there are people that want to make stars pay more than everybody else.
Right.
Just because they're stars. And again, I don't know the truth. I only know what I read in this article. And if this is the truth, maybe they do deserve to be set free. But again, if they did do the deed of the illegal stuff, they should be punished somehow. And that's kind of important that we do that. But it's not, they got to be fairly punished. So Savannah's opening up about fighting her parents' freedom, fighting for her parents' freedom, and standing up for prison reform in the oh man, I speak it all today. It's good I'm not reading the teleprompter today.
I know.
The reality star and host of podcast Unlocked with Savannah Chrisley spoke with ET's Rachel Smith at her home in Nashville, Tennessee on Wednesday, when she opened up about how her parents, Todd and Julie Chrisley, have been dealing with their prison sentences. It's been really tough for them. Since I started speaking out about everything, Savannah shared, that's the toughest part. More for Dad. There's been a lot of retaliation, so we have to worry about him. Savannah has been speaking out on her podcast as well as in a previous interview with ET in September about living conditions she says her parents had to contend with since their time behind bars began. In the months since she started sharing the allegations of mistreatment and poor living conditions, she claims the guards have been targeting her father. Right now, they're trying to move him from the facility he's at now because the latest things I posted on Instagram, and that's the tough part. The moment you start speaking out, you have to pay for it. If that's true, shut up. I guess I shouldn't say that because if it was my parent, well, okay, if it was somebody else's parents, I would probably stand up for them, not necessarily mine. According to Savannah, Todd is being prevented from setting up phone calls with his lawyers, which is a big thing because it's a non-recorded phone call where you can speak about the things that are happening to you to your lawyer. And they're not letting him do that. She also alleged that she believes that guards have been discussing the possibility of cleaning out her father's inmate's commissary account, and claimed that's their way of retaliating against these men for speaking out. They're literally going to starve them to death. Now, if that's the case, let them free, because I don't believe that anybody should be treated that way. Despite this, Savannah says her father doesn't want her to stop talking about his situation, regardless of the consequences. He and I have had this discussion, and his exact words were, if I have to be uncomfortable in order to implement and change, force change, I'm willing to do that. Well, that's a big thing, too. That's, I totally can see that. As for her mother's situation, Savannah explained that she hasn't been targeted as badly. However, her living conditions are terrible. Of course, they're terrible if you're used to being treated like a billionaire and you have no money.
Right.
And some of the male guards, they definitely speak down on the women in jail, and they make them feel like garbage. That's true with the men, too, but probably more with the women. Todd and Julie were convicted on fraud charges in November of 2022 and reported to prison in January. Todd serving his reduced 10-year sentence in Pensacola. Jeez. What was that?
What?
You didn't hear that?
No.
Oh, that's my chair.
Oh.
No, it isn't. Not my chair. Is it your chair? Where's your chair? That's not your chair either. But here, it is my chair. Oh, it is my chair, I think. It is my chair. Okay. Now I feel better. I thought I was hearing voices, but, you know. Anyway, that's the story of the Chrisleys. So I just I feel kind of bad for them, because if it's one thing if you do things wrong, you should have to pay for it.
Right.
But you shouldn't have to pay for it because you're a star. You
Right.
should have to pay for it because you did wrong, and you shouldn't have to be put in those situations. So I understand that. So I actually feel for them a little bit. Just a little. They should be in jail for their bad acting. That is one thing. You're not a big Walking Dead fan, I'm guessing, but there is a new Walking Dead series starting in February, and it's one I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to it. Keep hitting on that microphone. I'm looking forward to this because Rick and Michonne Rick was the star of the show up until, I think, the 9th season, and then he left the show. And he was supposed to do 3 movies, but they chose to give him his own series when he was already the star of the other series, as strange as that sounds. So Michonne came in around the 3rd or 4th year, and she was huge. I mean, she was my favorite from then on. She was such a badass. She's that girl there. Wait a minute. But she was one of the Marvel characters too, and she was in Black Panther.
Okay.
And she's my favorite. I love her. I love her. I would marry her in a heartbeat because she could take care of me. She would kick everybody's ass and doesn't like me. So, but anyway, she's awesome. So they're gonna do this new show where he left when there was an explosion. Everyone thought he was dead. He was taken away to the Commonwealth, and nobody knows where he is. Everyone thinks he's dead. However, one person knows he's not dead, and that's his daughter.
Okay.
And she was sworn not to tell anyone. Well, she did tell one person, and she told her mother, Michonne. So Michonne left the encampment they were living in to seek him out and find him.
Okay.
So that's how she exited the show. She's the only one that knew he was alive, except the daughter. So now, with neither of them came back for the end of The Walking Dead, and they ended The Walking Dead 2 years ago. And they started a couple different series. They started a series with Daryl, who was never in the comic book, by the way.
Really?
And he became the most popular character in that show. And he started out as a real redneck, and I didn't like him in the beginning. He was just redneck against everybody, anybody that wasn't him. And so I didn't like him at first, but I grew to like him because they changed his character and made him kind of a good guy.
Right.
So, but he had a show in France. They when they finished this series, they had a show where he ended up in France, and he didn't know where he was. He had to figure out how to get back, and we still don't know how to get him back because that series, the first season is over, and he's still in France.
Interesting.
And it was a weird plot. And also, Maggie and Negan, who were enemies, ended up being together for one called Dead City, which I really liked Dead City. I thought that was really well done. And I kind of liked Daryl's, but I don't think it really made sense for the series. But that's okay. You got to see that the dead were taking over France as well. So Europe, and so all right. So anyway, this one, I'm looking forward to this one because I'm a big fan of Michonne. I'm a big fan of Rick. And the date is February 24th for the debut of this. It's called Walking Dead: The Ones Who Live. And to me, that's awesome. I'm really looking forward to it. And it'll be awesome to see Rick again. And just, and in the, by the way, in the comic book, Rick got killed.
Oh, okay.
He did not get killed at the end of this. So they it's funny how different they took the comic book from, because the comic book's where it came from originally.
Right.
And they just veered off in different ways. They killed Glenn, and Glenn was alive till the end, I believe. So it's just interesting how they, and plus they killed the son off, which he wanted out of the show. And I bet he's kicking himself for that now, because now he's, can't be in any of the sequels. So, all right, so that's all that is. All right, next one. Wayne Brady, do you know who he is?
I do know who he is.
Do you know what happened to him?
Well, I saw on your agenda today.
So you
he was
do
in a
not.
crash.
Okay, well, this is exciting. Well, no, this is not exciting. This is sad. This is kind of sad. When you're a star, you got to be careful. Got to be careful. Everyone's gunning for you. So Wayne Brady was apparently he's one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. He's just a really cool guy. I would love to meet him.
I would too.
I think he's talented. I love the Whose Line Is It Anyway show. Because I learned a lot about doing improv from watching that show.
Right.
Actually, before I ever did improv class, I had already seen that show so many times. And to me, that was the coolest show because, you get to make things up.
Right.
I like making things up because I do that all the time. But it's kind of cool. And it's funny to see him in the different years of that show, how he's evolved. Just his look and everything. Because last time I saw him, he was bald, and I didn't, before I was jealous of his hair. Anyway, here's the story. So Wayne Brady, double whammy for Wayne Brady. He got into a car accident in Malibu and ended up in a heated argument that turned physical. Now the cops are involved. Law enforcement tells TMZ that Wayne was driving down Pacific Coast Highway in Malibu Sunday night when another car hit him. So we're told Wayne Brady and the other driver, a 51-year-old man, pulled over and things got heated in the form of an intense argument escalating into a physical altercation. Cops say that Wayne called 911 after the fight, and the other driver got back in his car and took off down the Pacific Coast Highway. The sheriff deputies ultimately found the guy and ended up arresting him for battery, DUI, and hit and run. So the guy was drunk, obviously. Wayne got a rep of being one of the nicest guys in Hollywood outside the hilarious Chappelle show skit. I don't know what that means. So it's pretty incredible that someone allegedly got physical with him. We're told the fire department responded to the scene, but Wayne was okay and didn't need to be taken to the hospital. Sources close say he's banged up and sore after the incident, but will be taking it easy for the time being. So, yes, he was not hurt, and I'm glad because he's awesome.
Yeah, he does.
He's so
Let's Make a Deal now.
Really? I thought that was what's his face? That was Drew Carey. Drew Carey's not doing it anymore?
No, Drew Carey was The Price is Right.
Oh, which one is it? Let's Make a Deal.
Uh-huh. He's been doing it, oh, God, how long has Wayne Brady been doing Let's Make a Deal?
Let's Make a Deal. What's the difference between the two?
The Price is Right, you have to guess the prices of things.
Yeah.
Let's Make a Deal is like,
Weren't
try
they
and
both,
make,
both of those, wasn't that,
they make, they try and make deals. They play games.
I've seen that show. When I was a kid, I think I've seen them both.
Yeah.
I thought they were the same show.
Mm-mm.
Weren't they both, what's his name's show?
Bob Barker?
Yeah.
No.
Huh. Well, I feel really stupid now.
Let's Make a Deal used to be,
Let's Make a Deal.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't Bob Barker.
No, it used to be Monty Hall.
Monty Hall. Yes. Yes. Now, okay, now I got it. Okay. All right. Now they're all the same. All right. Now it makes sense. Okay. That's the end of our entertainment section. Now we're getting into, hey, we're actually getting into the main show this week. Wow. We didn't get to do that last week. By the way, we still, if we run out of time, can always play Winder. But you already saw it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just making sure. So we have that in the back burner, but I only want to play it if we got people in the chat room that haven't seen it. So, what's going on? What? Oh. Okay. We can get rid of this. And get rid of this. Was I right in which one was your favorite out of my auditions?
Mm-hmm.
Because I couldn't, because I'm not allowed.
He's been doing Let's Make a Deal since 2009.
Wow, that's a long time. I didn't know that. Huh. That's funny. I saw a recent picture of Drew Carey, and he's really changed his look.
Yeah.
But he's got more hair, so he didn't do that without money. Me, speaking of from the follically impaired people, he cheated. Okay. Now, where do we want to start with this? I got some weird stuff in this one, too. All right, here we go. This is a bizarre thing. So, cops were looking for this 5-year-old girl.
Mm-hmm.
And the father said, I don't know where she is. Well, he happened to know where she was. She was found in a false wall, a closet in the house. And the cops got it on camera on their body cams. I don't know how far I would go with something like that. When you know that your kid's missing and you know that the cops are looking, like, how far can you push it before you know you're going to get in jail? Because obviously she wasn't supposed to be there. So I mean, you as a mother, how far would you go with your kid? If you knew you were doing the wrong thing, I wouldn't do it.
If I knew she was doing the wrong thing, I would tell her.
If the kid was abused, that's another thing.
Yeah. If she was abused, then I would say, let's go. You're coming with me and whatnot. But if she was doing just the wrong thing, I would say you need to own up to what you did and deal with the consequences. I mean,
right. But a 5-year-old isn't going to know what's right and what's wrong and stuff.
That's very true.
It says a man in Arkansas has been charged with false imprisonment. See, when they say that, it makes me think he kidnapped her and not that she was in danger. He just
right.
I have a feeling that there's a custody battle here. And
Yeah.
I'm not sure what everything is on this because I don't think they talked about everything. After they discovered a 5-year-old girl hidden in the secret closet within his home. Body camera footage from the incident, which happened last Thursday, shows the rescue in Tontatown, a city about a dozen miles east of Oklahoma City state line. Detective Keith Lindley of the Tontatown Police Department arrived at the residence to serve a search warrant to a 40-year-old man. Police said they were there to assist the Department of Human Services in obtaining the custody of a 5-year-old girl. Cops say the suspect had initially declined that the child was at the residence and had refused to allow officers inside his home. Eventually, while talking with an officer at the scene, the suspect is said to have acknowledged the woman was in fact there. Once inside, the cops heard sounds coming from one of the rooms in the home. Body cam footage shows the suspect wearing overalls and a hat get down on his knees inside a bedroom closet and remove boxes and clothing pressed against one of the corners in a small space. You know, this guy's going to get so much heat because not only did he lie, I mean, I don't know what the whole situation is, but if I was going to say there's no kid in this house, I would have stuck to that story because they can't come in the house without some kind of warrant. That would have bought him some time, but the fact that he gave in, he's in now he's not in just trouble for having the kid. He's in trouble for having the kid in confined location. Yeah. That's not going to be looking good for his record at all.
No.
He's going to jail.
Yeah.
The suspect can be seen pulling a board nailed to a wall, revealing a hole and even smaller space inside. A small child emerges in the arms of the suspect. Throughout the video, a man can be heard saying, "Hey, baby, baby, hey, sweetie," as he removes the false wall. I mean, that's really serious things to make sure you want to keep the kid. But, I mean, I don't understand. I know that incidents get pretty ugly. But just how far are you willing to put yourself out there? Right. That's pretty far.
Yeah.
And he's probably going to serve jail time, I would think, for this. She
Definitely.
was emotional and came out pretty scared. He had instructed her not to make a sound or reveal she was back there. The incident report says the space she was hidden inside was 6 to 8 feet at the widest point, going down to maybe 2 to 4 feet at the other. Detective Lindley said that there were no signs that the child had been harmed. She's now in custody of the Department of Human Services. Police say the suspect was out on bond. Oh, he's even worse trouble now. In connection with an unrelated charge in a nearby county at the time of the incident. The suspect was charged with first-degree child endangerment and interference with court-ordered custody.
Yep.
He posted bail on Monday and pleaded not guilty.
What?
His next court appearance, she went in there and locked herself and nailed herself inside there.
Oh, yeah, totally.
It says here, police identified the suspect as John Thompson and have not revealed why the state was granted custody of the child. The outlet of the also said that the Department of Human Services declined to comment on the matter. So there's more to this than they're telling us.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to know what the more is, because there's got to be something there if they didn't throw him in jail. And you know, if there's got to be a lot of things that there's got to be something that we don't know. And I want to try to keep my eyes on this and see if we can get an update on
definitely.
it. But that's pretty weird, because on the surface you want to throw them in jail without a key, but then you hear these other things. Okay, what are we missing? We're missing something. So, this next article is going to make you mad at first.
Okay.
But it might not in the end. How about that?
Okay.
A man tells his mom he won't help around the house because it's woman's work. What's your initial thoughts? Go ahead, say it any way you want.
Why is it just women's work?
Okay.
Because I'll be honest with you.
Be honest. That's what we want. Honesty.
I rarely lift a finger at my house to clean.
I can relate to that. I am not the best housekeeper as you can see in the studio and above, but neither is my domestic partner.
But mine is. That's the thing.
Well, yeah, but he does that. That's his living.
Right.
But he doesn't want to come home and work on it as well.
No, he does.
Yeah, well, get him over here and clean my house. I really need someone to do that. I need someone. I'm serious. Anyway, I'm thinking of getting a big dumpster, but it's a matter of time. I mean, I just don't have time now. And I got a lot of stuff I got to do. Anyway, all right, now I'm going to tell you the story. Because there's more to it than you would think.
I figured as much.
Yeah, well, I mean, I wouldn't put that in front of you if I didn't have more. Because I know what I feel. I mean, my mom never cleaned, and she didn't have a job.
Right.
I mean, she did when I was born, but my dad had to do everything around the house. So, and in all the relationships I've been in, Pam was probably one of the worst housekeepers ever. But more when she got sick, so she had an excuse. Anyway, so here we go. I read this, so I know that I know where we're going with this. So that's why I said you got to read the rest of it. A man is taken to the internet for advice about his mother, who called him an a-hole for not helping around the house because it was a woman's job. However, his reason for making the declaration and subsequently not participating in chores forced many a Redditor to begrudgingly side with him in the domestic dispute. Have any ideas before I read on? Okay. I know you won't because you're gonna turn around, you're gonna like this guy.
Okay.
Okay. Why and how he achieved this dramatic reversal of public opinion is something you'll have to see for yourself as it played out. A mostly anonymous forum, Reddit, is where people were sharing their feelings about it. So, all right, before you get mad from the title, I don't know what ATI, all I am telling you. I don't know what AITA?
What is it?
The acronym AITA, what does that stand for? All I'm telling anyone? Maybe? All I'm telling anyone is what I'm guessing it is. What?
Am I the asshole?
Oh, okay. All right, good. Well, that's going to be my new phrase. Because now I can actually say that. I like that. I kind of like it. All I'm telling, what is it?
Am I the asshole?
Am I the asshole? Okay. ATA. For telling my mom I won't help her for around the house because that's a woman's job. Okay. And before you get mad, here's the title. From the title, here's the context. I'm 28, engaged to be married to my high school sweetheart. Due to some financial insecurities we faced, we moved back with my parents for a little while until we were able to afford to rent an apartment. I've lived with my parents in the past, of course, then moved out with my fiance for 2 years. Now we've moved back into my parents for a while until the house we want to rent is available, which will be in 2 months. For the context, I have a married older sister who's in the brink of divorce with her husband because he does nothing around the house. He simply comes back from work and sits and plays until he goes to bed while my sister does all the housework on top of her full-time nursing job. My mom believes my sister is unreasonable for her demands towards her husband because she believes a woman's job is to do housework and cater to her husband, even if she works a job. Okay, that's her mom's opinion. And when I lived with my fiance alone, she'd always badmouth my fiance for forcing me to work around the house and always how a woman's not taking proper care of me. Her soon-to-be husband, because she's not taking proper care of me, and her soon-to-be husband, because I also cooked, cleaned, did chores. Even now that we live in my parents' house, we do laundry, etc. I don't expect my fiance to do it. I do it myself many times as well. My mom doesn't like that and claims how my fiance has forced me to be a maid. So, he and his fiance are fine with things the way they are. Mm-hmm. His mom is not.
Right.
Now, despite all that, my mom demands that I help her around the house, and when it's housework, she wants to do that. And I do. I always do my part since I live there because, but for her, it's never enough, and I'm a lazy son who doesn't care about helping his mother. After all that ridiculous stuff she said about my fiance and my sister's traditional roles, I told her that, you know what, I'm not helping around. That's a woman's job, remember? So don't demand from me to help you with your chores since it's a woman's job and I'm a man. And of course, I keep defending my sister and I keep contributing equally to my fiance and I's chores. I refuse to contribute to any helping hands to my mother since she believes she's entitled to help, but my fiance and sister are supposed to be maids. In other words, the mother is blasting the wife because, or the fiance, because he helps his fiance. But then the mother wants help from him, and he says no, because it's a woman's work.
Right.
And besides, you're blasting my fiance because I'm helping her.
Right.
So now, what's your opinion?
I like the guy.
Yeah. When I saw the article, I was like, what? I don't think I want to put this through. And I thought, okay, I got to read the article. I got to understand what the logic is. And it turns out he's not such a bad guy after all. He's just trying to teach his mother a lesson. There are women out there that, hey, there's Christine. Hey, where's Jennifer Paul? There's Jen Paul. Yeah. Hey, how you doing? I didn't see you. So I totally changed my opinion after reading the article. So it was kind of funny because I was like, I wasn't going to put it even in the...
Right.
All right, next one. This is pretty heavy. A teen gave her 33-year-old boyfriend 5 hours to kill his mom. Then she did it herself. What the fuck? You know. First off, why is that 33-year-old with a freaking teenager? That's the first red flag. 17. She's not even an 18-year-old.
Right.
Isn't that illegal? Doesn't she have to be 18 to be with him?
I think so.
I think that's the rules.
Yeah.
Okay, well, anyway, Caitlin Coons will be charged as an adult with police saying that she told her much older boyfriend they needed to do something about his mother because she was preventing them from being together. They're not going to be together anymore.
No.
It's pretty sure that I think she's going up the river for a little while, and I hope she has a boat, but no paddle. Because it sounds like she, I can't even, like, what kind of person does that?
Right.
If you don't like the mother, stay away from the mother. If I just don't understand this thing of wanting to kill people because you don't agree with them.
Right.
You know, it'd be like wanting to kill that other guy's mother because it's not woman's work.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, I just found that really interesting that she only gave him 5 hours to kill the mom. She was really demanding. I've had some demanding girlfriends, but I never had anybody that was that demanding.
Right.
Anyway, so an Ohio teenager will be tried as an adult in the murder of her boyfriend's mother after police said she gave the much older boyfriend an ultimatum to kill his disapproving mom before doing it herself. On Friday, a judge decided 17-year-old Caitlin Coons will be tried as an adult on charges of aggravated murder, tampering with evidence, and abuse of a corpse following the slaying of Nicole Jones, 53, earlier this year. The victim is the mother of Coons' boyfriend, 33-year-old Jonathan Jones, and publicly disapproving of their relationship. I would disapprove of the relationship too, because
Right.
when you're, I just think, yeah, Jerry Springer episode, yes. I just think it's crazy to even think that I don't want to be with someone that doesn't mind killing people.
Yeah, really.
I mean, what if I was the next person that she got mad at? I'd be worried about that too. Not to mention it would be my mother. If anybody killed my mother, you know, I didn't have the best relationship in the world with my mother, but if you killed my mother, that's a different thing. You know?
Right.
I just believe in live and let live. And anyway, Caitlin told Jonathan they needed to do something about the mother because she was preventing them from being together. She gave him 5 hours to do something about it, and at one point in the interview, she even mentioned killing her. Let's see here. It says, after 5 hours passed, the authorities say Coons gave Jones an additional hour before allegedly taking matters into her own hands. She went outside, retrieved a rock, and when Nicole Jones was standing in front of the refrigerator in the kitchen, unaware of Caitlin's presence, she bludgeoned her. I mean, she didn't even do it quickly. Like a gun would have done it really quickly.
Yeah.
She didn't do it quickly. She did it with a rock. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's one bitch I would not want to be with in any setting.
Right.
Oh, man. Police believe the two brought a tarp and trash bag. I would not cover it up. I would not say, look, you just killed my mom. I'll get a garbage bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't even imagine that conversation.
Christine, she was resourceful.
Yeah. Well, I hope she had the good garbage bags, not the cheap ones that would break every time you just like drag it across the yard, and all of a sudden you got a big hole in the bag. You know. Police believe the two bought a. See, I thought he would have objected to it, but he apparently was. He's probably going to get in trouble too.
Yeah.
Bought a tarp and trash bags to wrap the body in before throwing it into a nearby dumpster, which has been since emptied. They don't believe they'll recover the body. GPS devices on Jones, who was waiting sentencing for another criminal case at the time. What the fuck are they doing? He's got problems too. If he's waiting charges. Well, he's going up the river, but oh boy, they'll be going up the river together.
Christine says she only needed flesh-eating beetles.
Yeah, I guess. That's crazy. After Coons was reported missing on April 11th, the U.S. Marshals Service Missing Child Unit issued a press release about the disappearance at the time. The release made no mention of the murder, however, saying Jones was wanted for pandering obscene material, oh, here we go, and child endangerment. While Coons was classified as an endangered missing child, the two were found in Mexico. Oh boy, they deserve it. Both of them deserve it. See, I was feeling sorry for him for a few seconds. For police, the search for the pair began after Coons, a foster child living in a group home, sent a text to a group nursing saying she killed 2 people and was on the run. Now wait a minute. She's a foster child and she's living in a group home. Okay, that makes a little more sense now.
Mm-hmm.
Very angry kid. If she's living in but she's still got to go to jail.
Right.
And should be probably killed. She should probably be hung or shot. No body, no crime. That could be a problem, except I think somebody's confessed. It's unclear who she was referring to, as Nicole is currently the only victim named by authorities. So, wait a minute. Okay, so let me read this again. Per police, the search began after Coons, a foster child living in a group home, sent a text to a group home nurse saying she killed 2 people and was on the run. Okay, so she killed 2 people, and she's living with her boyfriend in Mexico. I would not trust her to be my girlfriend. I mean, I know I wanted Ronda Rousey to be my girlfriend only to beat up people that don't like me, but she didn't kill anybody.
Right.
That would really concern me if I was her boyfriend and she killed another person on top of that. The attorney reportedly said her client is a victim of Jonathan Jones, who was not supposed to have any contact with the teen following the previous conviction about the relationship. Back in August, Jones was charged with aggravated murder, felonious assault, aggravated burglary, aggravated robbery, tampering with evidence, and abuse of a corpse. Jeez, that's a lot of charges. Jones also pled guilty to charges of child endangerment, attempt to pander, obscenity, failure to appear in court, and vandalism, and was given 4.5 years for all that. See, and the Chrisleys are in jail for freaking 15 years. Jeez. They didn't kill anybody. Oh, man. It's hard to say what's going to happen with that one. They'll probably leave her off because she's a young kid. I can't understand. Our judicial system makes no sense sometimes. All right. This is good news. I got good news. Here's a good news one.
Yay.
We like good news. Good news. So Sheetz is dropping gas prices for Thanksgiving.
So is Rutter's.
What are they dropping down to?
$1.99.
That's what they're dropping down to.
I saw Rutter's there were some Rutters that dropped down too.
That's crazy. That tells you how much money they make on gasoline. And,
And sadly, my tank is on practically full right now.
That'll teach you.
And it did it the last time, too.
What you do is you just drain that into gas cans and go get more. And hold it for, I got a garage you can put it in. I don't know if it'll be there when we get back, but, Well, I got electric, you're safe with me.
Yeah.
And I've got a tractor that I've used less than 5 gallons for the whole summer. I'm lazy and I don't cut the grasses off as I should. I also got a tree out here I got to cut up now that it's colder. So if you got any time.
I think I can manage some time.
Because this tree, where is it? Caused me a lot of pain. I was cutting the tree and like the chain went straight through and the chain didn't do that. This is the tree coming down to get me back.
Ooh.
It came crashing on my arm and left a nice, and I had a photo shoot shortly after that.
Oh,
so everyone's
course,
like, what happened to your arm? I was taking meds. I was taking some I had to shoot up some, it was crazy. Anyway, so yeah, the $1.99 is a pretty exciting thing. I should probably take my gas cans and fill them up. I don't use gas that much though, so I don't really. Oh, Joe Biden's birthday cake appears to be on fire for his 81st birthday. Look at that freaking... That's what happens when you put so many candles on a cake.
Right.
It becomes a fire hazard.
Call the fire department.
Yeah, I think I want to use that one too. I guess I'm going to put that in here because we're talking about... What are you doing, puppy dog? Are you back again? What do you want? Not that I don't know. I know what you want. I know what dogs like.